Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of really interesting bodybuilding updates. The first thing we got for today is something really interesting from Chris Bumstead. Actually, is he coming back this year? Is he actually doing the Mr. Olympia? Where did I get this from? Check this out.
I brought a meal consisting of strictly vegetables and fish. I may or may not be coming back and doing the Olympia this year.
Alright, so you heard it. I mean, he's probably joking around. He says, I might be coming back to the Mr. Olympia. But he knew. He knew if he says this on his stories, everybody will run with this. Because he is the most popular bodybuilder on earth right now, and he's talking about a potential comeback. Now again, it's most likely just him joking around, because he retired from the Mr. Olympia stage officially. He did it on that stage. Yeah, he came back a bit later and he did it Prague Pro, but that was not a Mr. Olympia. He retired from competing at a Mr. Olympia stage. That's what he said in his retirement speech. So, him coming back the next year and doing the Mr. Olympia, it would be kinda silly. But that does not mean that he won't come back. If he decides he really wants to compete, if he really needs it, if he wants it, who's gonna tell him no? I mean, who's gonna be against that? Everybody would be happy to have him back on the Mr. Olympia stage. So if he really feels like doing it, he might just jump in. Again, this story doesn't mean anything, not really. He's just eating a clean meal and he's saying, I might be coming back because what he's eating is a proper bodybuilder's diet. However, he made a couple of posts that kind of made me think. So, for example, this is actually him after his 2-week vacation. And this is what he says in the caption. So he says, skinny bum update, back from a 2-week vacay, ate 3 meals a day like a normie, but made sure each one was loaded with protein and tossed in a shake daily. Pretty much asked for a double meat at every stop. Trained when I could, how I could, chased heavy weights, then chased a pump, all in the name of making the pizza and gelato count. But honestly, the beauty was, I just didn't care. I ate that way because I wanted to, I found gyms because I love training. If I had a list of things to do on a vacation, lifting would still be at the top. Feels good when working out isn't a have to, it's a get to. With that being said, I'm pumped to be home and I'm ready to lock in and get jacked. Alright, so I'm reading this and he says, I was eating 3 meals a day with a lot of protein, plus a shake on top of that, like a normie. Meaning, when he's back home, he's eating like 5 or 6 meals a day. I mean, this is 4 meals right here, that's not a little. There are bodybuilders who are eating 4 big meals in an off season, and this is what he has been doing on his vacation. I mean, a shake is also a meal. I mean, it's not like he's drinking amino acids, it's a protein shake, so it's a meal. 4 meals a day, and that's him being a normie. Which means what? In his off season or retirement, he's eating like a bodybuilder. And he has also been training. And this is what he looks like when he is not really training super hard or being super focused on bodybuilding. It looks good, guys. It doesn't look any worse than what he looked like in his off season before when he was competing. He was always taking it easy in the off season, not doing a lot of gear, not being super focused on his food, but he was always training hard, and that's also what he's doing today, because check out this video that he posted recently. It's himself doing a heavy deadlift, man. Like, this is some serious heavy weights. I mean, how many plates are here? That's 6 freaking plates plus a bumper plate. I mean, this is a very heavy deadlift. This is really freaking impressive for a guy who is retired or active. I mean, a bodybuilder. For a bodybuilder, this is really heavy, and almost a year after his retirement, he's lifting these kind of weights. And honestly, the way he's looking, for example, this photo as well, I mean, he definitely looks like he could come back. And he says, retired from the stage, not from the work. So, he's doing everything like a bodybuilder. The only thing he is not doing necessarily is prepping, dieting down, cutting, and taking a little bit of the more harsh compounds. As of yet. But there is still enough time for him to decide if he wanted to. He could get ready in the next 10 weeks and win the Mr. Olympia. I mean, he's probably completely refreshed right now from everything, from all the pressure, all the stress. He was probably very much relaxed with, as much as he could relax with the diet and like with the training and everything. He's been traveling a lot. So if he wanted to prep now, he could do that very successfully. Again, he retired for a reason, so he probably won't be coming back. But if he wanted to, he has all the tools necessary. Like, everything is set up for him to just come back and look his absolute best. And honestly, I was always kind of doubtful that he's gonna really retire forever. Like, he's very young. He retired before he turned 30. He turned 30 this year. He retired at 29. So, yeah, he has been competing for a very, very long time, since he was a teenager. So, yeah, that's a long career, even though he retired young. But, he's still fresh. He's still very young. His body can still look its absolute best for the next at least 5 years. Potentially more. 10, 15 years. Who knows? So, I'm not sure exactly what he's doing, if he's being serious at all with his story that he posted. But again, if he wanted to come back, it wouldn't be unrealistic, and I'm sure it will be very successful. You guys tell me, what do you think down below in the comment section. Alright, the next update that we got is from Hunter Labrada. So, he took a hiatus. There was no Hunter Labrada anywhere for the past year or so. We haven't seen anything from him. I made some videos about Hunter. Ben Chow, his coach, talked about him briefly on Fuad's podcast, but I thought he was retired. I knew he had this shoulder injury that he needed to fix, but I thought he was done. And now we got an update from Hunter in which he kind of explains what happened. Take a listen.
It's been close to 10 months since I've made any kind of meaningful posts on YouTube or Instagram. And I just kind of wanted to tell y'all what's been going on with me, as well as tell y'all that I'm back. The last year or so, I have been going through some challenges, both physically and mentally. As far as physical challenges go, I have finally gotten the shoulder procedure that I've needed probably for 3 years now. It was successful surgery. On the mental side of things, I had my head buried in the sand bodybuilding and making every decision based off what's going to make me the best bodybuilder. I've spent a lot of time, working on what matters to me. I've been reconnecting with my family, been reconnecting with my friends, and most importantly, I've just been learning to feel more present in life and not neurotic 24/7 about what comes next with bodybuilding. Bodybuilding has provided me with an incredible living, but it's not something that I have to do. It's something that I want to do and something that I get to do. And I feel like I've really turned my mindset over and realized that in the last 10 months. I'm excited to show you what that produces.
All right, so basically, he went through some stuff. First of all, he had this shoulder injury. He fixed that. He had a surgery, and after 3 years of nagging pain, he fixed that. So physically, now he's able to do bodybuilding again. And the other thing, potentially more important thing, he was struggling with some things mentally. So what he says is basically his head was buried in sand for a long, long time. And I know what it feels like, guys. If you're a bodybuilder, if you're competing, you know how it is when all your focus is on is simply getting your next meal in, your training, progress, and you're going from show to show, taking a little bit of a break here and there, but really you're always pushing. Even when you are not doing a lot, not taking a lot, you're still training hard, eating, trying to stay as big as possible. And then after that, you're blasting, you're always in that turbo mode, you're going, and you're not present, you're not reflecting. Your relations can suffer, your relation with yourself as well. And when you finally slow down, and you'll be forced to slow down at one point, you reflect, you look at where you are, who you are. And as he says, he has been dealing with some things mentally. He apparently recovered his relations with his family, and he found his fate again. So it seems like now he's in a better place mentally. And he says it's been a long 10 months. So, the good thing is he's back and he plans on competing again. When is he going to compete again? I mean, if you look at this video, you can see that he definitely lost a lot of size. And he's been writing about this before. He said that he was on TRT. I think the last time he updated us, he was like 4 months, 5 months on TRT. And at that point, he actually looked pretty good. I'm sure he looks pretty good now as well. But he's no longer the mass monster he used to be when he was, going full gas, no brakes. 10 months ago or a year ago. He definitely looks downsized. But, guys, if he has been on TRT for 10 months, his body is going to respond to very little when he starts going at it again. And now that he's in a better place, now that his shoulder surgery has been successful and he's no longer in physical pain, he's physically right, and his mental state is also improved, he can go at it. And when can we expect to see him back on stage? Well, my best guess would be early next year, maybe mid next year, trying to qualify and qualifying for the Mr. Olympia, and then on the Mr. Olympia next year. Will he be able to bring his absolute best after this hiatus? I'm sure he can. He's still a young guy. So, I mean, taking this time off probably helped him, both physically and mentally. His injury was also fixed, and now he's in a better place. So I'm expecting Hunter to come back better than ever next year. I'm glad that he is back and that he is better now. And you guys tell me down below whatever you think. Alright, the next update we got is a physique update from Keone Pearson, posted by his coach Patrick Tour. And this is not only his recent physique update, but it's also a comparison to his previous version from his last year's Mr. Olympia Prep 2024 and now. And guys, I knew that Keone made some progress, but did I know that he made this much progress? To be honest, no. This is looking really freaking good. Like, he definitely grew his body significantly. You can especially see it in his arms, I would say, both biceps and triceps. And Logan Franklin said something about this in the comment section. He says his triceps are looking more round. And yeah, you can definitely see that. Just compare the triceps. I mean, maybe he has an arm pump, and in the older photo, he didn't have one, but still, look at the fullness difference. It's huge. And also like the shoulder size. Look at how much his shoulders are popping out now. His chest also looks wider and taller, right? Overall, his chest is looking fuller. His legs are looking great as well. Overall, he definitely does look a lot better. And of course, the only thing that I'm wondering here is he gonna do the Open? I mean, it would be such a shame not to see him compared to the Open guys at any point. I am sure one day we'll see him, but what about this year, man? I mean, he's gonna go and do the 212 and win easily. It's not even gonna be interesting to watch 212 because nobody comes close to this. If he did the Open this year, how well would he do? I mean, I can definitely see him battling against Martin Fitzwater for that 5th. It's hard for me to imagine him beating Samson, Nick, Derek, and Hadi, but who knows? Maybe he can take some of them out as well. I mean, he is that good. He definitely has the potential to beat those guys as well. Maybe not this year, but top 5 at a Mr. Olympia in the Open is a great success, man. In my opinion, it's a bigger success than being a 212 Olympia champion. I mean, for him, maybe this makes more sense to make more money, to represent the whole division, to be a Mr. Olympia champion. But I don't know about you guys. For me personally, 5th in the Open is a bigger success than 1st in 212. But hey, it seems like he wants to create a legacy, something like what Flex Lewis did. He wants to win a number of 212 Mr. Olympia titles. That's fine. I respect that. I understand that. And also, he's not really struggling to make the weight in 212. Like, Derek Lunsford decided to switch to the Open, but he was really struggling to make that weight, and it just made sense for him to move, to go to a bigger class, because he wasn't able to look his absolute best in 212. Keone can still do that. He doesn't need to sacrifice anything. I think last year he was like 10 pounds below the weight cap. This year he's obviously bigger, but he might even be less than 212 pounds on stage. And even if he is actually heavier than that, he can still, do certain techniques to make the weight in the end. So he probably has like 3 or 4 more years to stay in the 212 and actually make progress and look his absolute best. So more than likely, that's exactly what he's gonna do. But me personally, I would just love to see him in the open because, in my opinion, he has all the tools necessary to do some serious damage over there and to do really well. I mean, look at this guy. He's a freaking monster. He's freaking huge. And we saw him next to Samson Dauda as well. And he didn't look small next to him. He actually looked pretty big compared to Samson. And that's Samson we're talking about. So with his shape, with his lines, who knows, man? Maybe he could actually beat guys like Nick or Derek or Hari or even Samson if he doesn't bring great conditioning. So I think anything is possible. Maybe he could win an Open Olympia as well. Probably not though, but if I was him, I would try. And I'm sure he will at one point. Maybe not this year, but at some point, I'm sure he will. And whatever you guys think about whichever part of this video, tell me down below in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. For more content like this, guys, subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. All the best and bye-bye.